Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Grace Regato softball field here at the Babe Ruth Complex for a matchup between Greater Boston League teams. Everett 2-1, Lynn English 1-1. Ariana LeBoy on the mound for the Bulldogs. Ashley Aldred, the head coach. Stacy Schiavo, the head coach for Everett. And I still have a connection to Everett. I did their football games for 25 years. I've announced every one of their Super Bowls. I did my last Everett game this year. I finally retired so I could concentrate on just the Lynn sports because Everett, we do all the games. We travel all over the state playing, doing Everett games. Emma Longwood, the second baseman, will lead it off for the Crimson Tide. Hit to first base. One pitch. Janessa Lopez makes the play. One pitch, one out. So I have some great memories. I've made some great friends at Everett. It was tough giving it up. But when you get to be my age, something has to give. You can't be running all over the state. High for ball. Jayla Davila, the center fielder, is the hitter for the Crimson Tide. She started right hand. She switched to lefty. So I'm assuming she's going to try and slap. And swings through it for strike one. 1-1 the count. LeBoy, the left-hander. We don't see a lot of those. That one bounces in. It's 2-1. Hits it the short. They're not going to get her. Once she gets it down, slowly to short, it's a base hit. She flies down the first baseline, so that's what the slap does. Gives the left-hander an extra step out of the box, forces the defense to make plays, and she did it perfectly. Just a tap to the shortstop and beat it easily. Gianna Masucci. High for ball two. I still get a little shaky when I say Lynn English Greater Boston League. I think this might be the second year. I thought that pitch was high, but I thought he said strike. If he did, it's 2-1. And it wasn't. It was a ball, so that's ball four. So after an out on one pitch, a hit and a walk, put two on for Everett. Kaylee Rossi, the catcher, will be the hitter. High for a ball. So after taking a year off, we'll be back with the Hall term this year. English, obviously, in it. Classical St. Mary's in Swampscott on the end of May, 28th and 29th. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. Hit in here to left center field. It's in for a base hit. The runner at second held up safe at the plate, and the runners will move up. Davila waited to see if the ball would be caught, but she's so quick, they still sent her. Rossi gets the RBI. She was still able to score. The shortstop, Johansson, made a strong throw to the plate, but Davila just outran it. The two base runners move up on the throw to the plate. So it's second and third with one out and a run in for Everett. Hit in the left field for a base hit. Again, they waited to see if the ball would be caught. So one run scores. Skane gets an RBI. And Everett is off and running. Second and third now. 2 runs in, 1 out. Popped up. It just died on the dirt and winds up a base hit. Wasn't high enough for anybody to go get it. LeBoy was the closest one to it. And it just died on the turf, on the dirt. The run scores. First and third for Brianna Mason, the first baseman. Down and in for a ball. Just a little soft pop that wasn't high enough for the pitcher to go get it. And then when it fell, it didn't like spin or bounce or like spin out of play or spin towards the pitcher. It just died. In for a strike. Hit foul, out of play. Call, third strike, she knew it. The runner took off for second. High and tight for a ball. Alexa Uga, the third baseman, is the 8th hitter in the inning. Pretty good start for the Crimson Tide. They got 3 on the board, second and third, 2 outs. It goes to the backstop. The run will score. High for a ball. It goes to the backstop again. Another run scores. A 5-run inning. The bases are finally empty. Popped up right to the mound. LeBoy will make the play. The inning is finally over. But you can't ask for a much better start for the Crimson Tide. They sent 8 hitters to the plate. 5 of them score. 4 base hits. Throw in a walk. And back-to-back wild pitches. And before Celeste Fusillo throws a pitch, she's got a 5-0 lead as we move into the bottom half of the first inning. It'll be Liana Pinero, the third baseman, leading off. Janessa Lopez will play first and bat second. Center fielder Ali Chen will hit third. Catching and batting in the cleanup spot is Autumn Whitney. Pitching and batting fifth, Ariana LeBoy. The shortstop, Kate Johansson, will hit sixth. Playing right field and batting seventh, Ariana Reynoso. Angela Martinez, the second baseman, will hit number 8. And bringing up the tail end of the batting order, the left fielder, Kelsey McNeil, will hit number 9. So English has got a hole they got to dig themselves out of. So Fusillo on the mound for the Crimson Tide. High and away for a ball. In their bright red uniforms. Can't miss them. In for a strike. Fusillo throws it pretty good. Low for a ball, 2-1. High for a ball. 3-1 the count to the leadoff hitter for the Bulldogs, the third baseman, Pinero. Hit in the air, nice play by the shortstop. Takes a base hit away. Gianna Masucci went over his shoulder, 3 or 4 steps in the outfield grass and picked it and takes a hit away from Pinero. Janessa Lopez, the first baseman, will be the hitter. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Quickly it's 0-2. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. She gets her. Two away. Ali Chen, the center fielder, was the hitter. Hit in the air, foul, back of home plate, out of play. Swing and a miss. Looked like she took something off. In on the hand, she swung right through it. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. High for a ball. And we got a full count. Swing and a miss. Pretty good inning. A pop up, 2 strikeouts. English is down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. That big first run inning for Everett is the difference. Everett 5, English nothing at the end of 1. Number 9, the pitcher, Celeste Fusillo, will lead off the second inning, then back to the top of the order. She was the only hitter that didn't hit. They sent 8 to the plate, and 5 of them scored on 4 base hits and a walk. The boy starts her second inning of work. In for a strike. Hit foul out of play. Down and away for a ball. Hit in the air to center field. Nice job by Chad going over the left center field to make a play, run it down. So 1 away in the second inning. Top of the order, Emma Longwood, the second baseman. She bounced to the pitcher. The first baseman, leading off the ball game. Hit foul off the backstop. Hit in the right center field for a base hit. Just reached out, went the other way with it. So she's at first with 1 out. For Jayla Davila, who got the first hit of the game and scored the first run. She started that 5-run uprising. She pushes a bunt foul towards third base. Bunts it again. Foul again. Down and away, nice stop by Whitney. Up and away for a ball. We don't have a scoreboard. You can almost hear the umpire barking out the count. off the catcher's glove, it'll be a strikeout. She can't run with first base occupied, but the runner can go to second. So the boy gets her first strikeout. Gianna Masucci drew a walk. She hits it to short. Nice job by Johansson, the shortstop. So Everett gets a base runner as far as second base, and that's it in the second inning as LeBoy sets him down. LeBoy picked up her first strikeout. So for English, it'll be 3, 4, and 5. Autumn Whitney, Ariana LeBoy, Kate Johansson to face Celeste Fusillo, who will be starting her second inning of work. Greater Boston League action. It's unfortunate the powers that be don't deem the Greater Boston League, whatever the sport, to be a good league, because like classical girls volleyball team, undefeated, were ranked 32nd in the state because the state tournament is now statewide. No more north, south, east, and west. And even Everett, one of the better, certainly one of the, I'm going to say at least the top 5, but probably more than that. They were undefeated last year, but they didn't get a home game because they deemed that the league was not strong enough and they weren't seated near the top. They had to go on the road. And you heard me say before, I'm not happy with the new format. I don't mind a complete state tournament, but you got to find some way of cutting down the travel. I mean, Lynn Tech, 3.5 hours to play a football game. And of course, 3.5 hours back. And teams had to go to Cape Cod to play a volleyball game. Whitney swings and misses at the pitch. So they got to figure out a way of cutting down on the travel. At least one of those games cost the team dearly because they had to go to the Cape, take a boat across the island, then take a boat back, and that had to cost a couple of dollars. High for ball. Whitney is the catcher for the Bulldogs. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Last 3 outs, 3 out of 4 have been swinging strikeouts. Ariana LeBoy, the pitcher, she's all lefty. She throws lefty, bats lefty. Up and away for a ball, 2-0. So it's pitcher against pitcher. Waves at that pitch. Makes it 2-1. Up and away. Ooh, he called it a strike. I guess I should let him call the balls and strikes. Looked like it was high and away. And held on to by the catcher. So the beat goes on. The last 4 outs are strikeouts. Kate Johansson, the shortstop. High for a ball. Hit foul off the screen. We mentioned the end of May will be the Holland tournament here at the Grace Regato Field. At the same time, or virtually, it'll be Saturday late and then Sunday on Friday and Saturday starting in the morning at Fraser will be a rocket of an arm by the shortstop Masucci. Throws Johansson out. So Fusillo was retired 6 in a row. At the same time, the Mullins tournament for the first year in memory of the late English coach who died tragically will be played at Fraser. So 2 big tournaments coming up at the end of the month. English goes down 6 in a row, retired by Celeste Fusillo. 5-0 Everett at the end of 2. Middle of the order for Everett, 4, 5, and 6. Haley Rossi had an RBI single and scored one of the 5 in the first inning. She's the catcher for the Crimson Tide. Hits it up the middle into center field for a base hit. So she's 2 for 2. Johansson made a nice try going to her left. The shortstop just couldn't reach it. It goes into center field. Gosh, Skane, the right fielder, singled in a run and scored a run. High and tight for a ball. Hit back to the mound. LeBoy will make the play at first. So it's not a sacrifice, but it works the same. Rossi is at second with 1 out for Amelia Babcock. She singled in a run and scored a run in that big first inning. Nice stop by Whitney on a pitch in the dirt. Keeps the runner at second base. Hit the shot. I don't know if she would have got her anyway, but she threw it away, so it's an error. And Everett has runners at first and third for Brianna Mason, who was called out on strikes her 1 trip. Squares the bunt, takes the pitch, the runner steals second. So second and third with 1 out. Everett trying to add to a 5-0 lead. Up and away for a ball. Popped up. Second baseman had it and dropped it. Second error in the inning. And the bases are loaded now with 1 out for Alex Uga, who popped to the pitcher, ending the first inning. High and tight for a ball. That one bounces. Nice stop by Whitney. And at least for the moment, keeps the base runners in place. In for a strike. I bounced in front of home plate again. Nice stop by Whitney. Well, the weather, you might be able to hear the wind blowing into the microphone is blowing from behind me to home plate. High for ball four. That's going to bring a run in. Easy RBI for Uga. The bases are still loaded. It started out with a gorgeous, nothing but blue skies, no clouds. Up in the 70s, it was warm. People had their jackets on, taking them off. And then it dropped a bit, as it usually does down here at Breeden. And the breeze really picked up. And it's been blowing hard. It hasn't been ice cold as it's been before because it's still probably in the 60s. But it's just a pain in the neck with that wind blowing. Low for a ball. And we got a trip out to the mound. So we hit back to the mound for an out, but then back-to-back errors. Loaded the bases, and a walk brought the run in. So the hit wound up scoring on an out at first, an error, and then the walk. Celeste Fischel, the pitcher, is the hitter. She flied out to center field her one trip. Hits it in the air to center field, backing up. Nice job by Chen. They'll tag up. It'll be an RBI. Nice job by Chen, the center fielder. Fischel hit that a mile. That's the second time she's flied out. The runner moved over to third, and the runner from second on the throw. Runner from first on the throw went to second base. So it's second and third with two outs and 2 runs in. Emma Longwood bounced to first and singled. She's the Crimson Tide second baseman. Popped up, it's going to go out of play behind the Everett dugout. Hit to third. Nice play by Pinero. But Everett gets 2 more. He pushed that lead to 7-0 as they send 7 more to the plate. 2 runs on 1 base hit. Those back-to-back errors hurt. And the bases loaded. A walk brought in one of them. And Fusillo, the pitcher, helped herself with a sacrifice fly. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 for English as we start the bottom of the third inning. It's nice that we could get back to a full season for all the sports: football, basketball, hockey, softball, and baseball. And nice to get the kids back in school full time. It's been a while. You know, we're not out of the woods yet, but hopefully we're getting there. And if we can remember, hopefully we can get back to a regular, normal life. Ariana Reynoso, the right fielder, is the hitter. Takes a strike. I might mention it's too late for people, they can hear this, but there's an event going on tonight at the Knights of Columbus. Hit right to the second baseman in the air. A fundraiser for one of the families that was burnt out, and I mean burnt out. The house is a complete disaster. It just collapsed on Broadway. And the event tonight is to raise money for that family who needs an awful lot of help, as they all. There were three families, and the young lady who was an athlete at Classical Poisson, her family was involved. She chased that high pitch. This is Angela Martinez, the second baseman. There's also a Facebook page, GoFundMe, on Facebook, that you can help these families out that need everything. It's absolutely, I don't know what you do when you lose everything, and I mean everything. You know, you lose your house, you lose your furniture, you lose valuables, you lose mementos, pictures, keepsakes, and you have to start all over again. I don't know what I would do if I had to do that. I hope I never have to. And God help those people. I hope they get the strength, the courage, the help, the financial help they need to get back on their feet. Looked like she took something off and threw it on the inside corner for strike three. That was a nice pitch. 2 up, 2 down in the third. Kelsey McNeil, the left fielder, is the hitter. Hit foul to the backstop. Chased that pitch. It was almost down in the dirt. In for a strike, quickly 0-2. Chased the pitch that was out of the strike zone. So 2 strikeouts in each of the first 3 innings. 6 strikeouts in the ball game for Shillow. She's retired 9 in a row. No base runners for English. 9 straight. We played 3 innings. 7-0, the Crimson Tide over the Lady Bulldogs. 2-3-4 for Everett as we start the 4th inning. Taylor Davila singled and scored, struck out swinging. LeBoy starting her 4th inning of work. In for a strike, a little change up. She gave a 5 in the first, but the 2 in the third should have been out of the inning. There were back-to-back errors that extended the inning. Davila runs up the slap rather, and takes the pitch high for a ball. That one looked like she forgot to let go of it. Hit the backstop on the fly. And she tried to slap. She ran up. It was inside. And she wound up, as she ran up, she wound up swinging at it. That one bounces to home plate. Davila, her hit, she just hit a little slow roll of slapping at the shortstop and beat it easily. She can fly. And that's ball four, so that's a tough runner to put on base because she can really fly. The shortstop, Gianna Masucci, walked and scored, grounded out short to first. Hit foul behind home plate. Down and in for a ball. Down and away for a ball. High for a ball, and there goes the runner down, easily stealing second. It goes into center field, but she's not able to go. Chen hustled in to back up the play, and she couldn't go anyway because she slid into second. She didn't have to, but she did. So Davila is at second base. In for a strike. Full count to the Crimson Tide shortstop. Call third strike. Umpire likes that high pitch. Second strikeout for LeBoy. Kaylee Rossi has been up twice, singled twice, knocked in a run, scored two. Waved at that pitch that was down in the dirt. Way up and in for a ball. Solid shot, foul past third. No, now they called it fair. I get confused because the runner going to third stopped like he was going to go back to second base. It's a fair ball just inside the third base bag. We can't really tell from here, and I didn't see the call by the umpire, but Rossi gets her third hit, her second RBI. She wound up with a solid double. And that ball's hit foul past third. So I got confused because Davila was on her way to third and she just stopped. Looked like she was going to go back to second. So that made me think it was foul, but then the third base coach said, no, go. And she took off and scored easily. Hit just beyond the reach of the shortstop. Johansson made a nice effort. Just a little soft pop-up that was floating away. She had to go way to her right. Skane gets her second hit. She had a hit, an RBI, and a run scored in the first inning. And we got first and third for Everett. Babcock hits it to short, off the shortstop's glove. The runner's going to score. First and second was 1 out and 2 runs in. Low for a ball. Third error in the ball game for English. Hit foul past first base. Reanimation has struck out and reached on an error. And the error was big. It was back-to-back errors in the third, and it helped Everett to score 2 runs in the inning. Swung on and missed. Swings to the pitch for strike 3. Both outs have been strikeouts. Alexa Uga popped to the pitcher, walked, and her walk got her an RBI because it came with the bases loaded. She's the third baseman for the Crimson Tide. Hit foul past third base. That one goes to the backstop. We'll move the runners up. Down and away for a ball. And it's ball 4. And for the second time in the game, Everett will have 8 hitters. Celeste Fusillo, the hitter with the top of the order on deck. Two runs in, the bases loaded, 2 outs. Fusillo was flied to center field twice. The second one got her an RBI, sacrifice fly. Chop foul off the fence that protects the English dugout. Up and away for a ball. Nice stop by Whitney on a pitch in the dirt. Down and away again. She's on the verge of walking in a run. And high for ball 4. Second run pushed across with a walk. 3 walks in this inning along with an error. And Everett has batted around. top of the order. Emma Longwood is the 9th hitter. Down away again. She has bounced to first, singled, bounced out third to first. Popped up. It's going to drop in for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Longwood's got her second hit and 2 RBI along with it. So that error is huge. The walks, obviously. And Davila started this with a walk and scored a run. And Everett has their second 5-run inning. Davila has singled and scored, struck out swinging, walked and scored. So she's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. She's the center fielder. Wow, that didn't miss by much. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. So she gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. But Everett puts another 5 spot on the board. The error really hurt. They only got 2 hits. Three strikeouts in the inning. She strikes out the side, but she also walked 3. 2 of the walks scored. 1 of the walks knocked in a run. And the error came around to score. So all of a sudden, Everett has put a dozen on the board. And English, going into the bottom of the 4th inning, hasn't had a base runner. It'll be the top of the order. Liania Pinero, Janessa Lopez, Ali Chen to face Celeste Fusillo, who's been given a pretty good lead to work with. Going into the bottom of the 4th, we're halfway through the game. And English is going to go to work, or we're only going to play 5 innings. Pinero, the third baseman, popped the shortstop back in the 1st inning. Fusillo has got 2 strikeouts in each of the 3 innings. In for a strike. Once it foul, she actually almost fell away from that pitch, trying to bunt it. Fouled it off. And it's 0-2. Waves at that pitch for strike 3. So 1 up, 1 down in the 4th. Janessa Lopez struck out swinging her 1 trip. She's the first baseman for the Lady Bulldogs. High and tight for a ball. English will be right back in action here tomorrow. The game that was pushed from early in the week to tomorrow against Somerville. High for ball 2. Hit foul off the backstop. Two on the count for the Lady Bulldog first baseman. High for a ball. Hit foul off the screen. The count goes full. Drop foul. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Swing and a miss. She comes back and gets her. So she keeps her average. She's got 2 more strikeouts at least. She's got 2 in every inning. Allie Chen, the center fielder, struck out swinging. In for a strike. High for a ball. Hit. Shortstop again. Masucci going back over his shoulder. And she makes the play, takes a base hit. That's the second time she's taken base hits away. She took one away from Pinero. Now she takes it away from Chen. So we played 4 full here at the Grace Ricardo Field. Everett's put up 2 touchdowns, 12 runs. English doesn't have a base runner. They're down 12 in a row against Celeste Fusillo, and they could be down to their last 3 outs due to the mercy rule if they don't come up with something in the 5th inning. But at the end of 4, it's Everett easily ahead of Lynn English going into the 5th inning. 3-4-5 for Everett. Gianna Masucci has been outstanding at shortstop. She's made 2 great plays. English doesn't have a base hit, and she's the main reason. She took 2 base hits away going out into short left field over his shoulder, taking base hits, one away from Chen and one away from Pinero. She walked and scored, grounded out, was called out on strikes. Low for a ball. High and tight for a ball. Chased that pitch. It was down and away. 2-1. Just got a piece of it. Tapped it to the backstop. High and tight for a ball. Hit to third. Nice pick at first base by the first baseman Lopez, and a nice play making the play Pinero, the third baseman. So one up, one down in the fifth. Kaylee Rossi has been having quite a day. Singled in a run and scored. Singled and scored. Doubled in a run and scored. She scored 3, knocked in 2, and now she's got her 4th hit. Three singles and a double. 3 runs scored, 2 runs knocked in. She's almost half the offense. Rose Skane hasn't been too far behind. Singled in a run and scored. As she pops up to the second baseman for the second out. She had bounced to the pitcher, but she also singled and scored. So she was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI before that pop-up. And now Amelia Babcock. She's been up 3 times. Singled, reached on an error twice, knocked in a run and scored 3. Lines to the third baseman. So Everett, for only the second time in 5 innings, shut out. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th, and English has got to get something going, or this will be the last inning. LeBoy gives up 12, 9 hits, struck out 4. Walked 4. Three of the walks scored. One of them forced in a run. English didn't help her. They committed errors that prolonged the 4th inning and helped Everett get their second 5-run inning. First inning was legitimate. Hit, walk, hit, hit, hit. There were a couple of wild pitches, but they hit the ball. The 2 runs in the 3rd inning, after an out, back-to-back errors, they should have been out of the inning. Instead, the bases are loaded. A walk and a sacrifice fly knocked in the 2 runs. And then in the 4th, a couple of hits, but then back-to-back errors extended the inning. The walk brought in 1. Longwood had a 2 RBI single. And Hera brought in another one. Autumn Whitney struck out swinging her first trip. English, I think, needs to get at least 3 runs in this inning, or they're going to dip to 1 and 2. Hit foul past third base. Fusillo has been perfect. She's retired 12 in a row. 9 of them by strikeouts. The only ball put in play up, 2 pop-ups to the shortstop and a ground to the shortstop. Masucci made all 3 plays, and 2 of those, the 2 pop-ups, were potential base hits that she took away. Hit foul to the backstop. Chen and Pinero both looked like they had little flares out in the left field for a hit. Masucci took them both away. Change up in on the hand. She swings right through it. Third time in 5 innings she started the inning with a strikeout. Ariana LeBoy struck out swinging. So it's pitcher against pitcher. High and tight for a ball. Low for a ball. In for a strike. Right down the middle for strike 2. Runs the count full. So Fusillo trying to come all the way back. She was down 3-0. So a big payoff pitch coming here. Call third strike. She looked like she took something off. So she keep her streak intact. She's got at least 2 strikeouts in every inning. She struck out the side in the 4th, and she's 1 out away from a perfect 5-inning win. Down away for a ball. 14 in a row retired by Fusillo. Foul to the backstop. High for a ball. Swing and a miss. She does it. She strikes out the side for the 2nd straight time. And Everett wins. The mercy rule kicks in. 12-0 Everett. Fusillo pitches a perfect 5 innings. 12 strikeouts. Only 3 balls put in play by English in 5 innings. 2 of the pop-ups, Masucci, the shortstop, made 2 great plays. Took base hits away from Chen and Pinero. And the other ball put in play was a ground out by Johansson, the shortstop. And that was it for the Bulldogs. Everett got 5 in the 1st. They got 2 in the 3rd. They got 5 in the 4th to make it 12. Rossi had 4 base hits, knocked in 2, scored 3. Shane had 2 base hits, scored 2, knocked in a run. Babcock was on base 3 times, scored 3, knocked in a run. Uga scored 1, had an RBI. The pitcher, Fusillo, had a sacrifice fly and a walk for an RBI. She knocked in 2. Everybody got involved. Just about everybody got in the act for Everett as they win it. They scored 12 in 5 innings. Fusillo keeps English off the board. They don't get a base runner. They only put 3 balls in play. And it winds up a 12-0 win. Mercy rule win by Everett. A perfect 5 innings pitched by Celeste Fusillo. So 12-0 Everett over English. Everett will go to 3-1. English will drop to 1-2. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.